Hey everybody, how's it going? So 6 months ago I did a video titled New York City, a documentary of urban decay. And I did about a series of 5 or 8 videos walking through a bunch of different areas of the city, some where I used to work, some where I currently work, and some where I live, going over the deadness of the real estate. The reason I did this is because it's really aggravating when I'll speak to realtors and they'll explain why a space is worth $100 or $200 or $300 a square foot, and they'll try to give me this hard sell on how if I don't rent this place immediately, somebody will immediately come along and rent it because it is such a good deal. And the point I was trying to get across with that video to anybody who is looking to open a small business in New York City or move a small business in New York City is that that is fundamentally not true. That is not the case. Now, a lot of people criticized me for that video and said that, well, listen, the city just reopened, the restrictions are just being lifted. Give it a couple of months. It's unfair that you're walking up and down the street while, it's just the beginning of July. So I figured I would revisit because it is about, 5 or 6 months since I did that video, and you tell me what you think. So first place we're going to look at is right across the street from my store. So my store is over here, 141 West 27th Street, and over here you have 144 West 27th Street, and as you can see, this is still as empty now as it was before I moved here. So before I moved to 141 West 27th Street, this was open and for lease, and as you can see, it still is, and in my estimation likely will be until the end of time, and you can also see how dirty the windows are. Over here we actually have a place that I went to visit a while ago. I do believe I have a video walkthrough of this one. So this used to be a clothing store here, and as you can see, it is still for rent. The gentleman who had this store and also the attached shop over here. They were looking for around $14,000 a month, and they were willing to consider lowering it to like $13,500, which, as you can see, is ridiculous. The place just kind of collects more graffiti with each passing day. You can see somebody put 666 on the window over here, and as you can see, the inside really remains unchanged from when I looked at the space about 26 months ago, and I would not be surprised if this remains for lease at the price that they were asking until the end of time. Walking further down the block is a place for lease that I don't believe I noticed in my initial video. The last video, right after I went to this place, I went to a place that was right across the street from Planet Fitness. But right here, as you can see right next to Planet Fitness, at 154 West 27th Street, you have a space that's available right over there. And that was a place that I believe that we were actually buying masks at. I forget if it was this place or this place in March of 2020 that was selling masks with the gate half down. But they are for lease. Right across the street from Planet Fitness, first thing to notice is that it says retail space available all over the scaffolding up there. But right over here, this place, it says Maito up there, and as you can see, it is empty. So this is kind of what you would consider either the end of Chelsea or West Midtown, depending on who you're asking. The fur area is going to be kind of up there. So this is one of the most in-demand areas of the city. It used to be one of the most in-demand, most expensive areas of the city. And this is what it looks like now. Now, the pret-a-manger, however the F you pronounce it, everybody loves to correct me. I don't know how the fuck you're supposed to pronounce that shit. There was a restaurant over here, and as you can see, that restaurant is as empty now as it was before. You have a new billboard up there, but yeah, the restaurant is gone. And again, we're just at the ends of the block. So I'm going to take a walk down 7th Avenue at this point. We're going to check out the stores on 7th Avenue and see if much has changed. Okay, so this is the pret-a-manger. Next to the pret-a-manger, you have another retail space for lease that is as empty now as it was 5 months ago. Looks like this place is reopening. It's nice to see. Here we are 1 block down. We started on 27th. We are here on 26th Street. On 26th Street, this looks like 4,103 square feet for lease by Winnick, which probably means, 2,000 in actuality. from most of my experiences. Now, this is corner real estate, so it's most likely, in my opinion, going to stay vacant longer for a couple of reasons. The first is that corner real estate is considered, I don't know, it's like a delicacy, you know, it's special. So because you can enter or see it from either side of the block. So it usually goes for a lot more money. Like there was a deli on the block that I was on around 186 First Avenue. It was mildly larger than my store. The dude was paying about $15,000 for it. It's vacant now, like a lot of Manhattan is, but those spaces tend to command a premium that I don't think makes sense in a 2021 economic environment. And since the prices don't appear to have been adjusted down, I expect that the vacancy will remain high for those corner spaces. Let's continue. So let's make it to 25th Street. Here we have a Whole Foods. So, you know, that's going to be here for a while. Jeff Bezos ain't going anywhere. Across the street, we have a retail space for lease over there. That actually used to be a bank. This, I believe, used to be a Chase Bank. Chase moved out, and I think once Chase has finally decided that it's not worth it to have a space anymore, that the place probably does not get rented by anybody else. Because again, once Chase says it's too expensive, most other people have this don't really want to rent it anymore either. Let's take a look at what we got over here. Just walking over to the next block. Another retail space for lease over here. It's nicely papered over. And then when you turn the camera around like this, right across the street, you'll see another retail space for lease. Eh? By the way, sorry for the quality. I'm using cell phone zoom here. My Sony AX53's microphone input is distorted in this way that it's going to make it a royal pain in the ass to fix, because I don't know if it's an analog to digital converter problem, a mic preamp problem, or I don't know what the hell. And it's like, I've been procrastinating fixing it, so that's why you get garbage digital zoom. Over here, another retail space for lease, and we have really only walked 3.5 blocks at this point. Oh look, right next to that one that was for lease, over here you have another one that's for lease. All right, let's see what we got in the next block. We're gonna walk over to 22nd Street. Okay, I'll give it to the 7th Ave between 23rd and 22nd. This is not bad. So I don't see anything that looks blatantly obviously closed. That Mind Body Project thing there, I don't know what's going on there, but it doesn't have a for lease sign, so I'll give it a pass. You have a restaurant that's open, a bagel cafe that's open. Everything here appears to be open, except for whatever this is. This is some interesting graffiti. You could say, like, this is the type of graffiti I could actually enjoy. Like, you know, when you see just a bunch of random piddle-paddle script garbage, I always thought that that's just junk. Like this garbage over here, like, fuck this shit. But this, like, this actual art that goes into this, it's really beautiful. I don't know what this is, what this used to be, but it's closed, and it's as closed now as it was 5 months ago. So I guess this block, you only have one thing that's closed, which by Manhattan standards is honestly not bad. All right, let's go on to the next block. We're gonna walk towards 21st Street. This block not doing that bad either. Again, you have a closed gate by where they're selling Christmas trees over there, which I don't really fault them for because they have their business on the sidewalk. And then you have one place for lease over here that's still empty about 6 months later. But again, one empty place on a block is really not bad. Actually, never mind. Okay, it's closer to 2. And of course, the second place is filled with low-quality graffiti. Let's see, what does it look like in there? Can we see inside? All right. Are you for lease, or are you just closed for remodeling? Not really sure. I'll count that as closed. I give it 2 closed places in this block. And this one looks like they are doing some work. So it looks like they've put up their paper on the windows so that, you know, you can't see that whatever is written on the work permit doesn't match what they're doing. Typical New York City renovations over there. So, next block, we have, let's see what we have over here. Walking down at 20th Street. So that side of the street looks to be very open. This side of the street looks to be pretty busy. Nothing closed over here. I think we might just have a block with no retail vacancies. No way. Oh. This could be a bar that's not open yet. Yeah, this could always just be a bar that's not open yet because it's early in the afternoon. Yeah, this looks like one block that has 0 vacancies. 7th Avenue between 21st and 20th. Not bad. Alright, still just walking down 7th Avenue between 20th Street and 19th. On the opposite side of the street, not really much to see. You got a pharmacy owned by Walgreens and Wells Fargo. None of them are closing anytime soon. You have a little market over here. Again, there is what used to be, looks like a pizzeria. Let's see what it looks like on the inside over here. This looks almost identical to what it looked like when I walked by this 5 months ago. Damn. It's like frozen in time. You got some outdoor dining over here. Look at that. Outdoor dining. Lovely. Nothing better when it's 31 degrees than to eat outdoors instead of indoors. That's what I consider a great way to spend $45 on food that's barely filling. This block is really just kind of an empty block over here. There's not really much to show you. That's one of those fishbowl apartments. I call them fishbowls because you get no privacy, and they're tiny, and they're expensive. Like you pay your... Alright, here we are at 18th Street and 7th Avenue. This is a coffee shop. I'm going to guess that this place is permanently closed because if you are not selling coffee at 3 p.m. on a weekday, you're probably not paying your rent, are out of business, or are a money laundering front. Over here you have Tower Cleaners, which it says they're moving to another location on the 15th. They most likely found a space that is more affordable for them. Over here you have, this has a work permit up. Let's see. Yeah, this work permit's not too old. Yeah, they're just looking to change their electricity. And so, but it says over here that this is for lease. Interesting. And then when you walk over here, you see another place that's for lease. In fact, this entire block seems kind of empty. Yeah, like this entire strip really has got nothing going on. Like literally nothing at all. And again, this is another one of those corner spaces I was telling you about that's going to cost a fuck ton of money because it's on a corner. That's probably going to stay vacant for a long time because again, there's just not that additional like $100 a square foot of value to be found from being on a corner right now. And across the street, you got another Cleaners. There's a lot of Cleaners that are closed at 3 o'clock on a weekday, if you're noticing that pattern over there. And you also have a pet store that's closed. And you also have an eyeglass place that looks like it moved. So there's a place called Visionary Optics. Let's just run across the street over here and check this out. Yeah, so plans on premises. So the Cleaners is closed. The pet food place is closed. And Visionary Optics is closed. So this block is pretty much a UPS store, a bank, and one restaurant. Which, honestly, you know, in a lot of other areas, that would be more than enough. But for Midtown Manhattan, it really just has a deadness to it. Alright, over here you've got my favorite. This, I don't know what you call this. I guess this is a work in progress. This is a work in progress that needs a lot of progress. Like, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what the goal is. I don't know what the point is. And yeah, this is a cool company, by the way. I met with one of the, I think, regional managers, Lauren. Really cool company, Back Market. They have some very interesting ideas. I wish them a lot of success. As we go down the block, this block is it's probably not going to have a lot for lease because this is mostly like higher names, Williams-Sonoma, EQ3, and never mind, I'm eating my words already, retail space for lease right over there. Yeah, retail space for lease. The place that's for lease is right next to the Shade store. It's very fitting because we're throwing some shade on that MC real estate today. Okay, I'm going to hell for that pun. So we're going to continue to walk towards 15th Street and see what it looks like. This block doesn't look too bad. The other side of the street looks like one giant Safavia home goods store. But here you got this pizza place. This pizza place has been around forever, by the way. And it looks like they survived everything. Continuing down the block, you got a waxing place. You have a rapid test center, just in case you want to check every 12 hours to see if you have COVID. You never know. Mattress Firm if you want to get a mattress. All right, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what this is. Okay, so you have a public notice posted here. Business license and permit commission will discuss an application submitted by. Oh God, you want to be. Oh man, yeah. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Yeah, so that's closed and probably will be for a while. All right, so this block really only has one thing that's dead on it. That's not that bad. That's not bad. So we're gonna walk toward 14th and see what's there. All right. By the way, you love the drainage system in the city? It didn't even rain today. It didn't even rain today. And as you're crossing the street, you just get greeted by this. It's just this sludge water. It's beautiful. The infrastructure here is second to none. So here you have another corner space, retail space for lease. As I said, the corner spaces will be for lease for a long time because from what I've seen, they are still charging the premium rate as if people care about retail the way they did before. As you can see here, this is a hut on the street for outdoor dining. Take a look. Look at this. You got windows, you got a roof, you got a ceiling, you got doors. Look, you have a lock. You have a lock. Outdoor dining, baby. I love it. New York logic. And let's see, do we have any other vacancies this block? Yeah, it looks like that's it. Now, in the first iteration of this video, I believe I walked all the way down around Varick Street. In this video, I'm not going to do that because I left my gloves at the store and it's freezing. And I don't want to keep walking while it's freezing, so I'm going to go back to the store. You tell me what you think. Does this appear to be more dead, less dead, or equally dead as it was before? I think less dead. Maybe it's placebo, but again, I would have to go back and line up the footage from this one with the video that I did 5 months ago to be able to tell for sure scientifically. And I honestly don't feel like doing that. It feels like it's less dead. It definitely feels less dead, but it doesn't feel less dead to the point where when somebody looks me in the face and says, this space is worth $200 or $250 or $300 a square foot, that I don't feel like it would be inappropriate to just laugh at them. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something.